What up, what up? Alright, so I am deciding what am I going to wear today. So I think I gotta make some coffee. I'm gonna get my fat ass in the shower. I love this. It's like some sheer see-through with like a jumpsuit underneath and some sandals. So I think that's gonna be a good outfit for today. What do you think? Okay, don't really care what you think, but I'm still gonna wear it. I'm just like, what's up, you guys? Good morning. Good morning. All right. I'm gonna do some tarot in a minute. So, I have been dealing with a family crisis for 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, please go look. All right, please go look on my link bio. Because my daughter is missing. My 15-year-old is missing. So if you are we have word that she's probably alive, which I'm hoping that it's not as dramatic, okay? So, and it's like, if you guys have any information, please let me know. You guys can email me. All right, it's been 2 weeks, so I really need you guys to step in and help out. And I really didn't want to talk about it because it's sensitive right now, but I'm starting to get like really I've been trying not to allow like shit to overwhelm me, but it's hard. So I feel like I really need to get some sleep. Like I finally slept last night, okay, but and I got tired of like hearing like, oh, well, she's a teenager. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if she's a teenager. Like, that's not an excuse. But I did want to, and it's been a nightmare because I tried reaching out to like my ex's family, whom I cut off completely because they've been nothing but rude. They've said really rude comments about my daughter and they don't know her. We haven't seen them in years, like literally. My ex took this as an opportunity to break the restraining order and to pretty much caused a lot of problems for me and the kids. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. You're a fat fucking cholo piece of shit who doesn't do shit. You're not helping. Like, I have other people helping that are in the street right now, like, looking for her, like, that are actively like, hey, what can I do to help you? So that's all I need. I don't need no bullshit. Thank you for extending your subscription. What up, Mandy? But I have missed you guys. What up, Lizzie Liz? I have missed you guys, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to like go online or like get my mind off this shit. Cause I've literally, and same thing like with the readings, like I've been lagging, okay? And so I did email you guys letting you know that if you guys do want a refund, some of you guys don't. You guys are willing to wait. I know I miss you guys too. I really do. Like, I was like, I need to like socialize or some shit because I've just been in the fucking house. I've been outside in the fucking street. So, it's a big deal. And then we're just dealing with like some hood shit out here. So it's a lot. It's a lot for me. And then of course I have my other kids to deal with. What up, Ariel? I have my other 5 kids that are his to deal with. Plus obviously a kid that's not his, okay, from my current relationship. So my youngest. So it's a lot, and thank you. And so I'm really like, and on top of that, like with trafficking, with people who are, they like coerce you to stay away. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they coerce you. So it's almost like, which I kind of wanted to talk about the spiritual aspect of it, because I kind of find it interesting with experiencing certain things that I can genuinely understand. It's almost like, and it kind of has to do with like I've been kind of trying to study more. Exactly. Bitch, I love this thing. This thing is a shit. It heats up in like 5 seconds. I don't even need a microwave anymore because now I got this ninja thing, this air fryer, which has made meals a lot easier, especially around this time. I don't feel like cooking. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I've had a lot of support. I even had the church come and send us like pizza, like from the youth group. So my kids go to youth group, and they sent us like so much pizza the other day, and I was like, wow. So I've had a lot of support with even people out of state that like I don't even fucking know. So I've been like networking and like connecting with all these different people about her missing, and just having like genuine support, because she could be anywhere. Like, we don't know, you know? And then I had my ex trying to tell me like, oh yeah, I talked to her for an hour, I forgot to tell you. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, you wouldn't even know what she sounds like. Like, how did you, like, things are not adding up, and it's just starting to get creepy at this point. So, you know, and I also understand that, you know, people can coerce your kids to like stay away longer or whatever. And I'm just like, no, like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, like there's something off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really hoping again, but the police are on it. They're investigating. Obviously, she's all over the fucking internet now. You know, they're investigating heavily. And my one little girl who shares a room with her is like devastated. So we do have people that are thug life out in the street helping right now, trying to find her ass. So I'm just gonna let you hoes, if anybody fucking knows where she at, and there is an adult involved, feeling sorry for that ass, bitch. So anyway, because that is harboring a fucking minor, and on top of that, you have no business being with no little girl anyway. So whatever, but we're gonna deal with that as a family when she gets back. Yeah, it's a lot, because I do remember those feelings of like, you know how it is like when you're in the street and you're running around, and you know, it's almost like when you're doing drugs and alcohol, it's easier for people to persuade you like, oh yeah, and the drugs and the shit they have nowadays is not like before in the 90s or in the fucking early millenniums. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything is so different. So, you know, and a lot of it is spell work. Like, it's a trip because people don't realize that. And I've educated her like on certain things like that I feel like she should be aware of. But it's like when you are not spiritually strong to fight off those things, you know what I'm saying? Those are things. And I have to remember it too, because I've looked in her chart, even like the astrological aspect of things, looked in her chart, and every year in September she has like a mental breakdown. She has some kind of an issue where she does suffer from mental health. And so now that she's getting older with the drinking and like going out with friends and like and it's weird because I feel like there's so many teenagers out here that are fucking homeless. They don't have anywhere to go, or they just choose not to go home for some of them, or whatever the case is, because they're lost in the fucking party, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's scary. It's sad. So, you know, unfortunately, this is something I'm dealing with right now. And it's weird because where her moon placement is, it can show that because of her mental health in the 12th house, like there's certain areas, and because of the sign that's there, it does show that she can like take off and like want to go and do, trying almost like to self-medicate, I want to say. Like, it's weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, now that I'm into the shit, and I wish I would have understood it a lot sooner, but just looking at that and kind of seeing repetitive patterns with even different relationships right now. Like, I was talking to my one girlfriend that I've been friends with for years. Like, our girls have grown up together. Her daughter suffers from mental health, and I'm not one for medication, but she was like, you know, her daughter does, and she's doing a lot better. But I will say, like, it's a trip, because even like our relationship as like moms with my one friend, it's like we connect more at certain times. So there's always certain times of the year for certain people that might be a little bit more extreme than others with like mental health, relationships, things like that. So that's why I always say, like, it is good to kind of like study yourself, know yourself. Because this way, if you do know yourself and you do know your weakest points, you're able to find a solution. You're able to help yourself, right? Because this way, if you do know yourself and you do know your weakest points, you're able to find a solution. You're able to help yourself, right? Because some people don't understand. They just don't understand themselves. And so, it's kind of a trip, because I feel like those things are helpful, especially in a situation like this with my daughter. It is devastating, because I know somebody's out there like, oh yeah, don't go home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bitch, I am not that friend. By the way, with my placements, I am extremely positive. Like, if I'm gonna be a negative person, I'm gonna isolate and be a negative person by myself. Like, I don't want to like misery loves company type shit. I'm not one of those friends, bitch. I'm not. So, you know, I will always steer you or guide you in the right direction. I would never want something negative for my friend or even a friend, because I don't know, I'm dealing with something, you feel me? So it's like, this is all about money, this is all about greed, this is about you know, possibly, like I said, trafficking, being exploited, you know, and people don't realize and they don't talk about it. But please, if you guys have any information on where my daughter could be, please email me. Okay, you guys can also, there's a link in my link tree on the very top, so if you guys want to click on that and look. And she's beautiful, you know, and I really was kind of scared to talk about it. And I was like, fuck, am I ready to even like talk about this? So literally in 2 weeks, I've been in shambles. So, and I also need to remember that I'm not in control right now. I'm not in control of the situation as much as I'm very like dominating with certain shit. And I feel like the more I focus on it, the more I'm going to fall apart, because I really seriously can't. It's like other people's shit. And I have so much good things coming in for the rest of my kids and the family, that I can't focus solely on this fucking shit, especially if she is live running around just being a shithead. And there's other things going on, like that will be dealt with accordingly. But and then dealing with my ex's family is just garbage. Fucking lowest of the low. And I was like, ew, I don't even know why I reached out. They took that as an opportunity to gossip, and I was like, you know what? Fuck all you bitches. Real shit, you say anything negative about my fucking daughter like that ever again, I swear to fucking God, bitch, you catch these motherfucking hands and feet, bitch. Give a fuck. So, you know, and I also need to remember, so it's a lot, you know, and I feel like, you know, people are going to push buttons. They haven't seen us. I haven't asked them for anything, like, in years, bitch, since they were, like, little. So, you know, and then I figured, you know, okay, maybe I should, like, hit them up and let their dad know, you know what I'm saying? But that was a mistake, so I cut that shit off yesterday, and I was like, I need to go to sleep. The detective's like, you need to go to bed. You need to get some sleep, Sarah. Like, that, we are on it. Believe me, things are going to be fine. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you promise, is that a guaranteed? Because if not, and I swear to God, like, it sucks. It's just a shitty ass fucking feeling. So, and my daughter had called one of her friends who knows where she's at, or possibly knows where she's at, or what happened to her. And she's like, I can't tell you anything. And my little girl's like sitting there, my 11-year-old little daughter's like just sitting there crying, like, please, can you please tell me where my sister is? I really want her to come home. And I said, Mommy, do not do that anymore. Do not call that little fucking bitch. She's going to get hers. So do not make any contact with them. So, and they're bad. Like, they're really bad kids. So for her to do that, but yeah, I've had to pull strings, favors, fucking all kinds of shit. Not even favors, but just people doing me the favor because of the situation, how sensitive it is. So, you know, if you guys have seen her, you guys know any information, especially if you're in the 818, in the West Valley area, in LA, please click that link in the top of my link tree. This is like the most sleep I've had, literally, last night. Swear to God. And I feel a little bit better today. So I'm like, okay, we need to go to work. We need to function. Like, I have a lot of work, like projects and opportunities, things that could literally change our life right now, like financially, and get exposure to my business. So I'm like, I cannot allow this shit. But this is literally a repetitive pattern in her chart. And it's not because of bad karma. It's not because of whatever. It's literally something that she has to deal with, or that she has to understand about herself that she doesn't. And so now I'm understanding more because I've seen it. And I reminded her in August. I'm like, September is coming up. I'm just telling you. And there was something that happened and she got grounded. And I thought that was it. Like, that was like the big boom for September. And I was like, like, we're good. Like, it wasn't as scary or like as crazy as this shit. But then this happened. I was like, oh my God, no. Like, this was the big boom this time. Because the year before, and the year before, and the year before. And it's always something where she's disappearing. Or like last time she tried to ditch school. And I picked her up early, her and her brother. And then she tried to drag her brother into it. And he's like, I don't even want to deal with this. Like, I'm not the one that... She told me. And I was like, you know what? Maybe you need to stop listening to your sister. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she told me to do it. I'm like, don't listen. Don't listen to people that are, you know, that's another thing I try to teach them. Like, listen to your body. What do you feel like when someone's telling you this, or when you're being pressured to do something? If somebody's telling you to do something, like, I need you guys to, like, understand, like, don't worry about being the cool kid. Don't worry about people making fun of you. I've been teased and made fun of my entire fucking life. But at the same time, bitch, people's is still I feel like intimidated of that ass. You feel me? So it's like, bitch, fuck yeah. Can laugh all day, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not giving two shits. So, you know, good morning, Roberts. So, you know, things like that. It's just, I've noticed a pattern. You know, last year there was an incident with like another little girl and things like that. It's just, I've noticed a pattern. You know, last year there was an incident with like another little girl and they taking Xanax. Like, it's scary because you black out on that shit. It's like things where like she wants to hide, like in her mind she wants to escape is basically what I'm saying, and it's in a fucked up ass placement. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with her specifically, she has to, apparently with her placements, the best thing for her would be like to be of service to the community and like work and like literally like missionary shit. You know what I mean? So it's like things can go really serious. And then where she has Jupiter at right now with a certain transit we just had, her being posted all over the internet like this could have been like, that's like one of the things that like made sense with like her being everywhere. So it's like she's on a national database. So it's like, this is serious. So it's like, I just want her to come home at this point and like have us deal with it as a family privately and move on. But definitely she's gonna have to, I feel like as a parent, you know, for those of you that have teenagers are fucking assholes, bro. Like, real shit. I was talking to other parents that are friends with my daughter and my son, and I swear to God, like, so many kids are grounded right now. It's not even funny. So many kids are like, they cannot go out. And my one friend's dad is hilarious, dude. Like, he's funny. He's like, he don't even ask me to go nowhere. He's like, you already know the answer is no. Keep your foot down. I was like, I will. But like, you know, one of the brothers is like my daughter's age, and we had like a big old slumber party this summer. Which, mind you, I love these experiences as like a parent, like to have a slumber party and like prepare for it and have everybody come over, talk to their parents, you know. And it's like, it's crazy like how many parents like don't care about their kids or like where they're going, you know. And I feel like that's also another thing. It's like, well, mom, like, why do you have to say? And I'm like, don't mom me, you know. So I feel like with the other kids that she hangs out with, it's like they could do whatever and she can't. So this was pretty ballsy. My ex was making up like shit, like lying, making up shit, saying that they were together. And I was like, wait, where did you get that information from? What do you fucking mean? So it's been a lot of shit since he's been involved, like drama, like extra. So I was like, I should have never fucking called him. I literally like was just like so done with it. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna help this and that, because it's such a loser. It's fucking thug life in the street. I'm like, okay, we'll go fucking gangster in the fucking street for your daughter and go fucking find her. And I've heard so many stories. Like, I know people that have like survived certain shit. So it's like, whoa. But, and of course I'm hoping that that's not the case with her. But after this, like, she needs some severe like mental health help. Because on her dad's side, and even like my mom, like they take medication. They have to be medicated. And I feel like there's a lot of addicts, especially on the dad's side. So, you know, it's a lot. Whatever she's inherited, it's like it needs to be healed. It needs to be addressed in a different way. And she just, yeah, now that I'm seeing it after 5 consecutive, I want to say 7. I want to say 7 because 7 years ago, me and her father got a divorce around this time and she had to go stay with my step-parents. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've noticed. So it's like her disappearing or her, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to kind of see where the moon placement is, because it will show like where you want to escape or where things are hidden. Okay. And it could be a good or bad thing, but in certain seasons when there's certain transits, it's not good. So, you know, definitely check out your moon. But hers is a lot of like mental health. So, you know, she's dealing with a lot of warfare and going through like a little awakening. I think this is probably like a really big awakening for her. But we're on it. And I did tell her friend who got smart ass with me on the phone, I said, I'm going to shut that shit down, bitch. So it's going to be shut the fuck down, whatever the fuck they're doing. But anyways, parents that are dealing with fucking teenagers, stay strong. Don't budge for shit. Put your foot down because it's for them. As much as it hurts, I feel like, you know what, later on we can mend shit. But right now, this is not okay. Totally not okay. Yeah. And then my ex was like, oh yeah, I know she left because of you. I'm like, because of me? No, it's because she doesn't want to follow rules, you know, like how you didn't want to follow rules or like be normal. So if I'm asking you to clean your room, asking you to have a curfew, then you need to follow it. It is a privilege to have a boyfriend. It is a privilege to have your friends here. Coming up in here, eating all my motherfucking food at 2, 3 in the morning, not giving a fuck that I sleep with my other daughter right over there. You know, this is our kitchen. So, you know, it's like, be respectful when you're in my house. You say hello to me. You look at my face. I need to see your face. You know, so these are the things that are stressful, you know, and I know that also too, like going through crisis as a family with my ex-husband, it's like 7 years ago, like we had to go into hotels. The kids had to stay with my step-parents for a little while. Like it was a lot. It was a lot for them, you know, and that's a big part of their life. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, you're reliving us, like, living in the street, honey. Like, we have a beautiful home. Like, we don't need to live out in the street. And, like, you go where things feel familiar to you. I remember as a kid, I wanted to be in the street as well. But I feel like I was just totally different. Like, I remember my mom was like, I never worried about you the way I worry about your sister. I was like, oh, thanks. But I could see what she's saying. But it's like she never had to worry about me because she always knew I'd be fine. I don't know. But, you know, I went through, like, the guilt phase. Then I went through, like, the, like, fuck, if I only would have, like, given her more money or, you know, she wouldn't be, like, she was, like, stealing. You know, and it's like, why are you stealing? Why are you taking things, honey? You know, so it's just, like, that's something that's a big deal for me because I'm like, we don't steal. Like, I don't steal. We don't steal. Like, that's a big deal for me because I like to work, like to create, right? And so that's just kind of always been my work. And she's seen me, like, my business. You know, I brought my kids to my job. That's why I started my own business because that was, like, the only job I could have that I feel like that fit and suited our family. Actually, it suits my birth chart as well. Like, it's in there. So it makes sense for me to do what I'm doing for a living and the things that I create. It's interesting. And even being online. And entertaining. So, you know, it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, well, why would you need to do that? And so, you know, people need to be mindful, like, and I was like, damn, dude, if I get this big break, like, we're going to be fucking good, dude. Like, we're going to be so good. Like, I'm looking forward. Like, I was happy. I'm like, okay, cool. I opened up my eyebrow business. We're in Tarzana. So, by the way, if you guys want to get your eyebrows done, your lashes done, I do have tiny tattoos coming soon. So, you know, little by little, it's like, okay, I'm reopening things again. We're starting our life over again. It's taken 7 years. So, for me to feel like ready to do that and not feel so shut off and healing from certain wounds from their father, like things that we had experienced or gone through for many years. And the fact that I'm finally ready to go out there and then this shit happens and I'm like, fuck, like I kind of already knew something was going to happen. Like last year I had to drop out of school. So I was like, okay, there's no going to school in September because every year I go to school in September, something happens with her and I have to kind of like focus on her. But I noticed like this time it was like, don't focus on that because you're always going to get stuck. So that's like another thing. It's like, I can't really control what's going on. I can only do whatever I can. And at this point, it's like, okay, you need to like move on and you need to like let things just kind of happen. That's kind of the message I'm getting is like, let it flow. Like God's taking care of it. Universe is taking care of it. Police department on it. My friends are on top of it. So, you know, I'm doing all that I can. And obviously putting her out there on the website, you know, it just killed me. Like I bawled my eyes out the other day because I was like, not only was she experiencing like depression and I cried with her before she disappeared, but I like sat and cried with her and I cried in my car for a while because to see your child go through a heartbreak like that is so devastating. But it's like certain people, I like forget not everybody is strong like me in a sense to really keep going even when you're sad or even when you're dealing with crisis. People will often, I notice they will often shut their life off and stop. And I feel like that's okay to do that sometimes. Thank you. Thank you, Mandy. But I feel like there's other times where it's like, I can't. Like, I literally can't. Thanks, Jen. I literally can't. because I have 5 other kids here. You know, so, and then my older daughter is like, my oldest, she's an adult. And it's like, well, have you fucking seen her? You know, and apparently, like, she hasn't either. And she's not answering anyone's call. So it's like, which is typical for her fucking ass. But it's like, hello, like, have you seen her? Is she fucking alive? You know, and it kind of pissed me off because it's like the games, you know, that the other side of her family, and not even her family, just her fucking dad's family, said about my daughter. Oh, she's just out fucking and sucking or some shit like that. And I was like, what did you say? Like texting each other like in private. And somebody was like, oh, I thought you knew she was with her dad. And I was like, why would she be with her dad? And then on the message, it was like, yeah, she's with, you know, my ex and his homies. And I was like, what? Bitch, I blew it. I fucking blew it. I blew it. Yeah, the fucking audacity. Thank you, Mandy. So, you know, it didn't. And then he's like, oh my God, I'm going to go to jail. Like, he's only worried about his ass going to jail. I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck where you go, bitch. You can go to fucking hell, bitch. But if I find out she's running around with the fucking homies and I find out she's with your fucking ass, bitch, I swear to God, I said, be prepared for fucking war, bitch. Because if mama has, hey, you know what? It's not funny, but I was like, okay, you guys all seen Gilbert Grape, right? Y'all seen Gilbert Grape, bitch. Gilbert! You all seen Gilbert Grape. Remember when mama has to leave the house? Bitch, if I gotta leave this motherfucking house outside of my job, nigga, and mama has to go motherfucking packing, bitch, and finding motherfuckers, bitch, and I gotta knock on doors, bitch, to go get my baby. It's gonna be hell up in the streets, bitch. You know what I mean? It is gonna be hell up in the streets. What up, Jeff? Good morning. Yes, and went to the station. Give me my son, bitch. Give my man. Give my baby. Bitch, I swear to God. I was like, don't play with me. Good morning, Jeff. I love you. I'll come from Chicago, bitch. Let's roll, bitch. And then it's like frustrating, right? Because I have an electric vehicle. And I love my electric vehicle, right? Don't get me wrong. Where we going, bitch? We going in the 818, bitch. We going in the streets of LA. And it's crazy because it's like so many people have been so supportive and so good. And it's like so reassuring that we're gonna find her, you know. And it's like whatever she's going through, I'm like, I am not, like, our house is not that fucking bad for you to take off for 2 weeks. At this point, it's literally drugs, alcohol, and like coercion, manipulation, spiritual warfare, taking advantage of the fact that she's in the state that she's in and she's over here venting, creating like avenues for people to like play on her emotions. And that's really what I'm 99% sure that it is. And then it kind of like gives you like, oh yeah, you're doing this out of your own free will. That's witchcraft. That is dark, demonic ass shit that's consuming her, that she doesn't know how to. I told my ex, I said, you're so lucky. You're so lucky I'm the mother of your fucking children, bitch. They are, bitch. And that's how they get these motherfucking youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Like, to do shit or like trying to get them in trouble. My ex was like, oh, she's running from the cops. I'm like, why would she be running from the fucking cops? She doesn't have a warrant. They would have told me. So I was like, why would she be running from the cops? And I was like, you know what? I was like, and if that's the case, I'm extremely disappointed because you know what? If you're going to do the crime, bitch, be prepared to do the time. And if you don't have the time, bitch, then don't do the crime. And don't do it. You need it. You know what it's crazy too? It's like you need to, and I signed her up for like this work thing or whatever. Because they have these teenage workforce shit, you know, like to get them jobs. And that's what she really wanted. But she's so impatient. Like she wanted it like right now. But it was like, honey, you need to like get it together first. Like you can't just run out and like go hang out and like do all this shit. Like it's not gonna make the situation better. But it's like, you know, I also have to remember like my kids do have their own individual lives and lessons that they are going to have to learn. And at a point even like this, I have to remember like nobody could teach me my lessons. Nobody could tell me shit. But then again, I feel like I had such a different upbringing anyways. You know what I mean? Like, it was so different. Like, I do things so different from my mom. So, you know, it's like, well, when she's in trouble, who is she calling? Mom. when she needs me to pick her up and there's an emergency, you know, it's like, who's she calling? Mom. When there's shit going on, who's she talking to? Mom. So it's like, I just kind of find it weird that she would stay gone this long from our house. And I know it is. I know it's fucking like, and there's drugs too where it's like, yes, you know, they you know, they feel so good they want to stay. And it's like, no, bitch, you don't want to stay because whoever's giving you that shit is going to pay, bitch. Big time. A lot. So I'm sitting here today. Today is the first day that I haven't. I mean, I look a little better. My bags aren't as bad. But I don't even want to show you guys. Like, I looked like shit. I was at the police department every fucking day. They're like, do you want a job here? Sure. But they're like, oh, you're here again. I'm like, yeah, I'm here again with more information. Just trying to fucking get my daughter home. So yeah, the detective's like, Sarah, you need to go get some sleep. Like, please go home and get some sleep. I'm still a little airheaded a little bit, but thank you. Thank you, Mandy. But definitely I feel like this is interesting because it does have to do with spirituality, and it does have to do with, you know, you listening to your body and understanding yourself. Because when we do go through like periods of, thank you, I appreciate it, Jay. Like, you know, when we do go, there's certain seasons, and I feel like September, for whatever reason, is always, it's just something that I'm trying to change within my family dynamic. And I know there's something there because I do have Virgo in the South Node, which Virgo season is very difficult for me and the kids because we do go through shit during this time. And it's not just affecting, like I was talking to my other daughter who shares a room with her, and she was just bawling last night. My one friend's like, I'm contacting so-and-so. I don't give a fuck because that's her stepdaughter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm friends with her stepmom. And she was like, Mom, I just, you know, and she's like, I can't take her crying like that. Like, it's breaking my heart. Like, I'm going to pull some strings. And I'm like, okay. So if anybody smart, they're going to probably want to let her go or make her get dropped off at a police station. Make sure she goes into the doors. Because it's not going to be good if we have to get her out of somewhere. It's just not. So if y'all don't want no problems, I would definitely suggest letting her go. So that being said, it's just devastating for her. But we did talk about making good decisions, making good friends, making sure that, you know, you're not getting caught up in bullshit. You're not allowing your friends to make poor decisions. A lot of these teenagers too, they want like an adrenaline rush. So a lot of times when they want that adrenaline rush, they're actually good to work for the county. I even signed them up for the fire department because I was like, my dad, yeah. I signed them up for like the program there to keep them busy. And I'm like, how would you guys want to, like, how would you like to make $190,000, $188,000 the first year? She was so mad. She was so pissed. The cadets. She was so mad at me. And I was like, honey, I'm trying to prepare you for a career. You know what I mean? Like, to work. You know what I mean? And it's like, actually, that's like the best adrenaline rush you can get is like rescuing or going into a fucking house. Bitch, I won't embarrass your ass. I was like, you know, bitch, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I will sign you up for fucking, what is the other program? It was called, not JIT. It's called Juvenile in Jeopardy or some shit like that. It's like, yeah. Something like that, bitch. And they have to go and like, you know what I mean? But it's actually good for them. Front line, that's my baby. Okay. And then it's like, my little brother, he's a fireman. And so he at 19 years old, he made $180,000 the first year. First year. So, you know, my dad's retired special forces in the department. So in the fire department. So my dad's made fucking, you know, great money, you know, through his lifetime, but he's unfortunately had some bad relationships and everyone's taken his money. So anyways, Dad, I love you. But, yeah, Daddy, my dad got into some fucked up ass karmic relationships, bitch. They robbed his ass. But anyways, bottom line is, you know, it's like things like that are motivating and they're better for them versus like, yeah, let me go ahead and work for this fucking homie, or let me go ahead and steal fucking cars. Let me go ahead and get an adrenaline rush. Let's go rob something. Like, no, bitch. Get your fucking ass in school and go fucking get an education. Shut the fuck up. You ain't doing shit. So, you know, that's another thing. So, it's best to get your kids early on while they're young before they really get into some shit. Same thing, my son, you know, and it's like my other kids are on the fucking honor roll. My 2 junior hires, they're on the fucking honor roll. And, you know, so it's like, and my other kids are always like good in school. They always want to participate. They always want to do all their homework, you know, so I don't know. They're always good. They always get good notes, awards, and shit like that. So I'm just like, damn, dude, like, you know, and then I think it's unfortunate too because sometimes we don't get to spend the time that we want to spend with our kids either when you're in survival mode. So it's like that guilt of like not being able to focus on her and like her needs. You know what I'm saying? To get her needs met because I'm focusing on how we're going to survive every day or whatever the case was through that crisis with my ex-husband and when I left. So it's like people don't realize that shit. So for him to say some shit like that to me, like, oh yeah, it's your fault. Like, I know how you are. Like, bitch, what are you talking about? Oh, you mean because you didn't want to follow rules and you're still like 12? He's still doing the same shit. I can't even believe it. He's still doing the same shit. Still on probation or parole, bitch. Still got a PO. Ain't got no job. No real job anyway. And you know what also triggered me about him? Like, he was like joking around like, oh yeah, like, because I was like, hey dude, like she was trying to sell weed. Like I had caught her. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, well, she should come work for me. And I'm like, child support divided by 5. What money are you having, bitch? What money? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? So like that shit pissed me off. So when I saw that message from his cousin saying that she's rolling around with him and the homies, bitch, I just told him be prepared for war, bitch. Because I'm patient. I am very patient. It's been 2 weeks. Very patient. Believe me, like I said, like I study everything. So I was just like, okay, again, if mama has to leave the house, you know what I'm saying? It has to go. Not that I've been cooped up in here, but if I have to do some shit where I have to actually go actively into the fucking street and knock on doors and actually go places that I feel like I gotta bring protection, we'll just put it that way, it's gonna be a fucking problem. And it's like, my friend, yeah, I already talked to bring protection, we'll just put it that way, it's gonna be a fucking problem. And it's like, my friend, yeah, I already talked to people like they already know. So they're like, you need to fucking stay at home with the damn kids, bitch. I'm like, I know I do, but I'm just saying. I'm waiting for the police to do their thing. I'm waiting for some of my fucking friends to do their thing. So I was like, come on now. But at the same time, that's also where I need to be like, bitch, you're not in control right now. Like, you need to fucking focus on your ass. Exactly. Bleak, bleak. So that's why I was like, no. I gotta focus on myself. But so many people are going through so much shit. And I'm like, fuck, like it's not even me going through it. It's not even me going through it. It's like somebody that's connected to me going through it. And then I have other family members that are fucking getting arrested, like all kinds of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, you guys? People are breaking up. People don't want to talk. Like, what is going on? Like, but people are being forced right now to have to heal certain things that are necessary in order to move forward. So it's like, yeah, these towers are taking place for a reason. So it's not necessarily bad. And I feel like since I understand it, I feel like I'm doing better than like, maybe, I don't know. I feel like I'm not smoking, right? So I was like, I'm a stress smoker. Collectively ending out cycles for good. Yes, thank you. And I think I was watching Candace. So if you guys don't know who Candace is, she does astrology. She does weekly. And she was saying that yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before, that Pluto is going direct. So it's like, this is about ending relationships, like certain things, like cycles out with certain people for good. Because I feel like there was certain relationships my daughter needed to end out that I told some girl, like, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. Like, you can't be in here. You don't go to school. You're fucking bad. You talk shit about your mom all the time. Get the fuck out of my house. Seriously. She's like, Mom. I'm like, I don't care. She been up in here all summer, eating up all my motherfucking food, bitch. Rude as hell. Don't say thank you. Talks all kinds of shit about people. Last time we went through the drive-thru, and like, she was talking shit about the drive-thru worker, like some little paisa lady, like, working. And I was like, excuse me? Why are you talking about her? Like, this is her job. Like, bitch, you don't even got a little job, you little shit. So, you know what I'm saying? These kids are all know when these kids' friends aren't their friends. Yeah, so, like, she's just a little bitch. So, that's always just like, So I told her, I said, that's not really your friend. I said, that is not really your friend. And it's crazy because she's a Scorpio and my daughter has Scorpio in the 5th house. So those are the type of friends. And across from that, I think she has Taurus, which her father's family are like that in the 4th house. I think he has Taurus. So it's like, it makes sense that these are her friends, or these are the things she enjoys, is like very scorpionic things. But then at the same time, like she would be great in like certain fields. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that she could enjoy, but like we're trying to make it in the positive aspect and not the negative aspect, which feels familiar for you guys to be more onto like your shadow side. But it's hard because you guys will get stuck in those cycles. So it's like you have to pull yourself out of it because your energy is being drained. Like literally, that's why I was just like, no, like you don't want to go down that path, honey. You know? So we've had a lot of talks. Her brother's mad because he's also fucking grounded. He can't go anywhere. All his friends are grounded, I think, too, at this point. Like, I've been talking to a lot of the parents and shit. And, like, yeah. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. But, like, we've been sitting here talking shit about the kids, bitch. Hi, Mama. Hi, little babe.
Mama, I was sleeping in your room.
I know, and then I told you to go on the couch because my bed's too small and there's too many kids in there. I know, honey.
But there's only 2.
I know, but I only have a full-size bed, and it's a lot for me. And I can hardly sleep with Aubrey. And that couch is actually really comfortable. We have a really nice couch. We have this pretty couch that I got the other day. We hadn't had a couch in a while because they broke the fucking pull-out couch, the couch bed. Do you want something to eat? You want a muffin? Aubrey's sleeping. Don't wake her up. Huh? You don't want a muffin?
No.
No?
I don't want those chocolate muffins.
Here, throw this away. Throw that away. You don't like these chocolate muffins? You hear that? She don't like chocolate muffins.
It's too sweet.
Okay. Yeah, dude, like we used to put in the hotels, we would put 2 of the full-size mattresses together and we would all sleep on the mattress in a row like this, but I would sleep on the end part or in the fucking chair. But yeah, so like we're used to kind of all being together. And then we kind of, when we got this house, they were like, whoa, like this was like the hugest house ever, right? It was like the coolest fucking house. And I was like, you guys, look at what the fuck we came up on, bro. Buying a king for Christmas. Yes, dude. I need a fucking king size bed, but I'm like, dude, I don't even know. It's gonna take up the whole bedroom. Like, I'm only gonna have enough room for like one dresser. I'm gonna have to get rid of my vanity. So, dude, it's crazy like how everyone ends up like in each other's fucking beds. So, and I bought like a triple bunk bed, so there's 3 spaces. Chula has the bottom bunk, even though that's her bed. Speaking of Chula, she's coming up. She's up here right now, wagging her little weenie tail. Hello, Chula. Looking for food. Looking for crumbs. Looking for any crumbs that we might have spilled. She's so nosy. So, anyway, I gotta pour her dog food anyways right now. Hey, Remy. Good morning. What happened? Can you watch in there? Yeah, but don't be too loud, okay? Because baby's still sleeping. What happened? The remote. It's on my desk. It should be over there because I had it on the chair. Go look. It's hard to see because it's black and everything's black. But you know, just be on top of your kids. Don't fucking worry about anything, you know, because I was like, damn, dude, I feel bad, like maybe, but I was like, you know what it was, I'm too lenient. That's the thing, is like, I shouldn't have let her have her fucking friends here this summer. I shouldn't have fucking let her fucking go out and me pick her up. Like, no, I shouldn't have. I sit here and think about it, like, she didn't deserve it. Like, I shouldn't have, because now she's over here thinking she could just do whatever, and it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? And then her friends are over here like, yeah, fuck that, especially the one that you know, it's like, yeah, her and that girl, they like to get in trouble together, you know? It's like, because that's where she's at in her chart. So, and it's crazy because I think that girl's, both her parents are Geminis. So I was like sitting here thinking, and then her dad's a Gemini, I'm Gemini rising. So it's like, there's a lot of like, she has a lot of like heavy things with her mind and escapism and shit like that. And I'm like, she needs, yeah, there's ways to fix that and like turn it around, but it's just fuck, dude. Like, I hope that nothing happens to her. What up, Watson? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I just hope nothing happens. So I'm just like, you know, but yeah, I do. I need to get like days of like consecutive sleep. So anyways, but I just wanted to update you guys, because if you guys were like, what the fuck, like, why the fuck have you been on, and why the fuck aren't you, you know what I mean, like, and again, the readings, so if you guys are gonna actually book a read, like, this last 2 weeks I've been off, like, now I'm gonna be, you know, actively checking emails and shit like that, because I've been dealing with my daughter, so thank you. Yeah, so it's been a lot. Thank you, I appreciate that. Hush, Chuler. The gardeners are here. Thank you, I appreciate it. So anyways, I gotta get my fat ass in the shower. I got to go. I got work. I got a client doing camouflage today, because her eyebrows, they fucked her shit up, so we're camouflaging out some of the work around her eyebrow to make it smaller, because it's so fucking huge. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was funny because I ran into her, like, I hadn't seen her in years, and she's like, oh my god, you did my eyebrows a long time ago. And I was like, oh my god, you know. So like, she was like, can you fix these? And I was like, yeah, I'll fix them, you know. But, and they look better. We've already done one session of camouflage, but we're gonna do another round today, and then when she comes back, we'll go ahead and I'll be able to like fix it and make it look like better, like way better. So, and then yeah, because she's going on vacation in November, so I gotta make sure that these are done by then. But anyways, so if you are in the 818 or LA area, or even anywhere, imagine, like, she could be anywhere, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, don't imagine. But thank you, I appreciate it. If anybody knows where she might be or whatever, just please click that link, okay? You can put anonymous information, okay, of where she might be at. I think on the link bio I have it, where you can contact whoever that's on there about her, okay? Yeah. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later, and we'll do some tarot later, but until then, I gotta get